Hello everyone. We have another DCooperation now from with the guy from China. So welcome.
Hey, good. How's it going?
So where are you from and how we can find you on Steam blockchain?
Okay, so my name's Alex. I go by the handle Alex Absolute, or on Steam it is @Alex Absolute. I'm a British guy. I'm originally from England, from Bristol in the UK. But in the last 5 years, for the foreseeable future, I live in Wenzhou, China, which is a city on the east coast of China.
Yeah, good. So how long we are in China?
Just coming up for 5 years now. 29th of September will be my 5th China anniversary.
So it's related to your work, yes?
I came here with absolutely no plans to come here. I was in England, one day job on the internet that was in China, and I thought, why not? I think a week and a half, maybe 10 days later, I was in China, and I've never looked back. That's been it, really.
Yeah, it's good. So how did you find about Steam blockchain the first time?
Well, originally I started out doing YouTube about a year, and I'd never made videos or anything before. I started out about just over a year ago, doing YouTube, and we have an app everybody uses here in China called WeChat, which is a bit like WhatsApp, but much better. And we had a bunch of groups for China YouTubers, and a friend of mine on there, Keenan QHD, I don't know if you know him.
Mm-hmm.
He had been started on Steam and Dtube, and he said to me, you should check this out. And I checked it out, and I think another friend had mentioned it before, and I'd made an account, but I'd never really done anything with it until he'd said to me, they've got Dtube, got all this cool stuff. And I checked it out, and I've never really looked back, to be honest. I still do YouTube, but I do more on Steam than I do on YouTube now.
Yeah, it's good. So Dtube bring you in Steam blockchain?
Yeah, Dtube brought me onto Steam, and then I've only been on, I think it's like 4 months, but it's been a crazy ride. There's always some new way to interact with it. I've always been right into Instagram, so when I found out a Steep Shot, I was pumped about that. And Dtube, obviously, because it's a YouTube, same thing there. It's nice to be able to earn and do something you really enjoy. It's a little bit different to YouTube, but there are things there's a lot more technical happens with Dtube with all these different curation trails and all sorts of stuff like that. So everything else comes afterwards. So I'm just learning all the other stuff.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's very good. What do you think about Steam blockchain, the whole? If you are here, how long you are here?
Well, I started out doing like trading cryptocurrency, like probably just at the end of last year, beginning of this year. So I'm still super new and finding out about that, because that was a whole exciting new thing. And then just when I'd started to be really interested in cryptocurrency, I found out about the social media side of it. And then Steam has been basically the best part of cryptocurrency for me, because it combines my interest in cryptocurrency and my love of being a content creator. But it's also like Steam, I think, is the most used, like actual, like real world applications for stuff. It's not just speculation like a lot of other cryptocurrencies. So it's actually got real world applications, and it's being widely mass adopted every day. So I think it's exciting times at the minute for Steam and Dtube and all the other things on the Steam blockchain, because even though I've got into it almost a year after it started, it's still very early. So it's a very exciting time to be part of something like this. If you look at the history of things like YouTube, look where YouTube is now. And comparatively, Steam is very, very, very young, only just like in the beginnings of life, so to speak. So I think it's still a very exciting time to be part of it all.
Yeah, of course. By the way, I like the delay that we have. I feel like we are talking like in news.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
for
Okay.
sure, for sure.
The next question, you can tell us about your skills. What are things that you do well as well?
I would say I'm I'm getting good at a lot of things. I wouldn't say I'm amazing. I aspire to be as good as I possibly can be. I take a lot of influence from people like Sam Calder, I suppose, Pete McKinnon. I like a lot of. I'm into always trying to improve my camera skills, my editing skills. I think the editing is, although I'm not like right up there with like super professionals, I think in a short amount of time, and considering that I am just self-taught from looking on the internet and going out and trying and speaking to other content creators, that one of my favorite parts is always the editing. I like learning new stuff, like cloning yourself in things, VFX stuff, a bit like Zach King, really great visual effects editing guy. I've been trying to recreate a few of his things. So I think editing's probably my strong skill. I come from a music production. Before this, I used to produce music for a couple of dance record labels. So I think I'm always a technical guy. Could probably improve more my on-camera persona, but you know, nobody starts off amazing. You have to learn these things. So I think editing is definitely my strongest part.
Yeah, very good. And so Steam Blockchain and Dtube and the whole thing here is helping you also to improve your skills.
Yeah, for sure. It's good to see a completely different side of things. Like for YouTube, I find that you can't, like, you have to have a certain level of production on your videos. So I tried doing daily on there, and it was just too hard. I did a week of doing a video every single day, and when you have to try and have a daily life, film and edit, I was getting to sleep at like 2 and upload. I was getting to sleep at like 2 o'clock in the morning, I think. So on DTube, you can do a lot more. You can just kind of speak to the camera, let it go. It's I'm trying to, at the minute, I'm trying to fix like a happy schedule of being able to still do my high production value videos, but also do a lot of you know, just like talking or your walk and talks. There's a completely different mindset on DTube and the Steam blockchain than there is on YouTube. So it's interesting. It's interesting to get used to the different ways of doing things on both platforms. I mean, on the surface they would seem identical, but they're not. There's a complete big difference. So yeah, just getting used to everything and
Yeah,
getting involved. I like with DTube that there's a real community. You don't get like the YouTube is filled with a lot of nasty haters, whereas DTube and the Steamer blockchain is more like a big family. It's there's some really cool people, so it's yeah, I think it's got a promising future, and I'm excited to be part of it.
yeah. The thing that we have like a light community, like you know.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I've met some amazingly different people. I've learned a lot of things. There's been a lot of interesting things that you discover because it seems like DTube and the Steam blockchain has attracted a completely different clientele or people than the like On YouTube, you get a lot of the people like now. There's a lot of youngsters coming through, and it's all this like hip new trend videos and blah blah blah. At least I feel like there's a wider variety of people on Dtube. There's like I've learned stuff about homesteading, like cryptocurrency. There's just a completely different like variety of subjects. So it's like I don't know. It's like going to a shop and they've got a completely different range of products. It's
yeah, it's just amazing. Okay,
it's hard to describe. It's good. It's really good.
Next question. Yeah, it's amazing. Okay, well, the last question is, what are tips that you can give to Steamians and DTubers?
Well, I've seen one thing that I have seen in a few Discord chats is people that get really dismayed with people either giving advice. Maybe they're not doing something right and somebody said something and then people take it a little bit too sensitively, or people that are putting a lot of work into their videos and then you see some guy that's just recording on his phone in the toilet getting really far and they get really upset about it. And so my advice to people would be, don't get into making videos expecting to become famous and wealthy overnight. Just do it because you love making videos and it's fun.
Thank you for your tips. I think there is some problem in Chinese traffic. Thank you very much for the video and for the interview. I hope to see you more in our next videos, and I will send you the link of our Discord channel, and you can use all our promotion channels.